People believe that having a Mustang or a Corvette is the ultimate thrill. But when you roll up in a family sedan and smoke one at a red light, that's a whole different kind of satisfaction. These are 5 sleeper cars that can humiliate supercars, all for ridiculous prices. And wait until you see the bonus one at the end. It might be the biggest surprise of them all.
In the early 2000s, Volvo decided to limit its power and created the S60, a mid-size sedan with a dad chic look. At first glance, a typical person might think, I could run this down, but under the hood, the car packs a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, making 250 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Pretty impressive for a family sedan, if you ask me. The S60 is super comfortable, spacious, and offers excellent safety thanks to its robust chassis. And while the engine alone was strong, Volvo didn't stop there. They added an all-wheel drive system to send power to all 4 wheels.
The result? 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 6.5 seconds, and a top speed of 155 miles per hour. People really need to understand this car is not slow by any means. If I had to point out a weakness, it would be the handling. It's not bad, but because of the extra weight from the all-wheel drive system, and a less than ideal weight distribution, 57 front, 43 rear, the car tends to understeer when pushed to the limits, or under rough circumstances.
Next up is a hidden gem from Subaru, the Legacy 2.5 GT. Think of it as a mini, more everyday version of the WRX STI from its era. It comes with all-wheel drive that shares the same roots as the WRX STI's system, and is powered by a smaller version of the WRX engine, the EJ 2.5-liter turbocharged flat 4. Basically the same engine, the only difference being that the WRX has reinforced internals for higher boost. The car produces 260 horsepower and 243 pound-feet of torque, hitting 0 to 60 in just 6 seconds. The Spec B's sport-tuned suspension strikes a great balance between comfort and handling. Honestly, if you want a WRX for the streets rather than the rally stages, this is the car for you. There are a couple of things to keep in mind though. First, fuel economy isn't great. You can expect around 18 to 24 miles per gallon. Second, thanks to the Boxer engine, maintenance can be tricky. You have to stay on top of it or you risk head gasket issues, which aren't cheap to fix. At the end of the day, it's basically a cheap WRX STI in disguise, and it delivers that classic Boxer rumble that fans love. At this moment, I'd like to say that if you enjoy these videos, a like and a subscribe would really help a lot for our new projects. Let's keep going.
Third on the list is the first-generation Lexus IS300.
This thing came with 215 horsepower, 218 pound-feet of torque, and did 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds. Now, on paper, that might not sound crazy fast, but trust me, the engine tells a different story. Because under the hood, you've got the legendary 2JZGE from the Toyota Supra. Sure, it's the naturally aspirated version, but it's still a 2JZ, and that alone makes this car special. So yeah, I'm telling you, you can get that iconic Supra engine without the insane Supra price tag. And it doesn't stop there. The IS300 is rear-wheel drive, perfectly balanced for great handling and still super comfortable for daily driving. Back in the day, people called it the poor man's BMW because it offered the same kind of luxury and driving feel, just without the hefty price. So whether you're dreaming of a wild 1,000 horsepower build or just want a smooth, stylish cruiser, this car checks all the boxes.
Next up is the rival to the Volvo S60, another Swedish sleeper, the SAAB 95 Aero. This one's a 2.3-liter inline-4 all-wheel drive machine, making 160 horsepower and hitting 0 to 60 in around 6.5 seconds. On paper, it might not scream fast, but thanks to that massive turbo torque surge, it feels way quicker than the numbers suggest.
Now, this car wasn't flashy. It was comfortable, roomy, and built like a tank. perfect for daily driving and long cruises, but still quick when you need it. Of course, there are a few quirks. The electronics are old school and can be temperamental. Parts can be tricky to find, since SAAB went bankrupt in 2011. And the automatic transmission isn't the most durable under heavy boost. But if you want something that's fast, unique, and not your typical brand, the SAAB 95 Aero is a solid alternative. A true sleeper that flies under the radar.
Finally, we couldn't forget about the German lovers. Last on the list is the Mercedes-Benz E55 AMG. I know I said the SAAB was like a tank, but this is the real tank. Under the hood, you've got a 5.4-liter supercharged V8. Come on. That's the heart of Mercedes right there. It pumps out around 469 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque, doing 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds. The fastest car on our list today. It comes with a smooth AMG-tuned automatic transmission. And as you'd expect from Mercedes, it's incredibly comfortable. Built to a high standard, refined and packed with luxury features, all while being rear-wheel drive. And with that subtle, sleeper look, everyone will just think you're driving an old Benz until you floor it. Now, it's not all perfect. Maintenance and parts can get expensive, especially the supercharger, suspension, and electronics. It's also pretty heavy, over 4,000 pounds, so handling isn't as sharp as the lighter sedans we've talked about. And yeah, fuel economy? Let's just say it's worse than my dad's truck. Expect around 12 to 16 miles per gallon. But honestly, you know what you're getting into. This car will make every night drive unforgettable. This is the video for today. But wait, don't freak out. I didn't forget about the bonus car I promised. This one's my personal favorite. The Mazda Speed 6, also known as the MPS 6 for Europe. Now, this car is seriously underrated. It was only produced for about 2 years, and for some reason, Mazda barely promoted it. Which is crazy, because this thing was built to compete with the Evo and the WR XSTI. But for the streets, not the rally. Under the hood, it's got a 2.3-liter DISI turbo engine, pushing 274 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque, doing 0 to 60 in about 5.8 seconds. It's all-wheel drive, comes with a 6-speed manual. And honestly, what more could a car enthusiast ask for? It makes power super easily too. Just an exhaust, tune, and intake can get you close to 300 horsepower. Plus, it's got excellent chassis balance, great steering feel for its size, and a way more refined interior than most of its rivals back then. Now, it's not perfect. You've got to watch out for rust and potential turbo issues. And because it was such a limited production, around 10 to 15,000 units, it's really hard to find one. Honestly, spotting a Mazda Speed 6 on the street is like seeing a unicorn. But if you do find one in good condition, it's absolutely worth it for the power-to-price ratio. This is the definition of a hidden gem. And that's pretty much it. These are some of the best sleeper cars you can get for crazy cheap. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And don't forget to drop a comment down below, telling me which car fits your style the best. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.